Motorbike to the moon. It took almost 5,000 liters of petrol and 30 sets of tires to complete this extraordinary journey in search of my doctor. My doctor lived on the moon and I had huge problem of loose motions. My motions were just flowing and flowing at a rate of 4 cubic meters per second. They become reason of floods in China and Antarctica. My pelvis bone was about to be melted away, then I made the decision to visit the doctor. The doctor was a very kind person. He had 50 sons. Meanwhile the bike had crossed the stratosphere and was about to leave the earth. The bike trip was full with hardships. We hit an elephant on the journey and got inside him. The elephant was too small from inside. He had 572 small intestines and they were bleeding, so we took out our soldering machine and fixed them. Suddenly my wife's water broke down and she had to give birth to a little angel. I wanted to name her 10 but my wife wanted to name her Chair. We had a small fight over the issue and I slapped my wife. Unfortunately she died. The dead body was smelling badly and because of the smell the elephant exploded. Due to the thrust force I directly landed on the moon, but to my misfortune it was a moon of Jupiter. My daughter 10 got afraid and took the motorcycle back to our home in Bangalore. I had no transport to reach back to the actual moon, therefore I become bored. I then took my laptop out and started to watch some movies. I watched The Pianist there. It was a very boring movie. It was so boring that I got angry and frustrated and then threw my laptop at the ground. The laptop hit the ground and made a hole in Jupiter's moon, piercing it from between. Then the gravity of Jupiter's moon increased so much that it could not hold itself, then it crushed itself into a black hole. Then after few years I reached a place of a different dimension. The new place was like hotel. There was an ugly receptionist sitting on the reception and asked me to check in. The currency used over there was human hairs. One hair was equivalent to $5 and the cost of the room was $476 trillion. Therefore I had to shave my chest and my head and also some other body parts. The room was very big, in fact it was bigger than our Earth. It was somewhat close to the size of a universe. Then I realized that it was nothing but a parallel universe. The hotel was like a gateway to all the universes of the world. This explains many things. I named this all, the theory of everything. However, I still had one little doubt. Why did the hotel manager required human hair as mode of payment? Suddenly I realized that the hair were nothing but my dead cells. Cells that I need to shed before getting a rebirth. My room was not actually another universe, but it interacted with another universe. I could not be tangibly present in that universe but could interact with it using gravity. I just walked a bit and I reached my home in Bangalore. I saw my daughter sleeping. She was looking very cute. Then I saw 2 robbers enter my house. They wanted to loot my house. I got angry and increased the gravity over them, and within seconds they were buried in dust. A small success but a huge failure. I wanted to go back to my doctor. I wanted to complete my journey to the moon. Therefore I stepped back to the hotel reception and asked to check out. The receptionist told me to relax and explained me that the hotel is programmed to receive. One can check in anytime he likes but he can never leave. I was sort of kidnapped over there. The cell phone was also not showing any signal. But the hotel had free Wi-Fi. Using Wi-Fi I booked myself an Ola and came to my destination of the actual moon. Although while escaping I had to kill the receptionist. Back on the moon I discovered that the doctor had disappeared. I came back to Earth only to discover that there was no form of life here also. The Ola I have been using so far was also driven by auto driver software. There was no living thing in the universe except me. Later I figured out everything. The receptionist I had killed was actually God. All the living forms of life had just vanished into vacuum after I killed the God. Sometimes I feel guilty about that, but then I play some video games and feel better.